We did pretty dang good yesterday. Considering we didn't know it was going to do all of this and news. I was, in fact, 1 in the afternoon. As soon as news hit, it wasn't going back down. We did pretty dang good. Yesterday was a fine day to trade. This move up, this move down. Okay. We're 2 hours out. Alright. That's the lowest point it got to. Down low, boom. Highest point. About right there. Price range here. Apparently that's the lowest point. And this right here is the highest. Unless it is impossible to tell what this right here is. Price went all over the place, but it did not leave behind a very good thing up there. Okay. We have the price range for London and Asian session. This was a news event here. If price wants to go down, I have the most recent lows as well as the new news event from up here listed. Do I think price is going to go this low? No. That's a leap right there. This is a fair value gap. And this is well within line. And this was the same move we had a gap in yesterday. This is the fair value gap that I had moved down for, placed inside these brackets. We saw a price move down, but it wasn't enough to hit this or clear this. So I'm not expecting it to move down again, though it could. Just not expecting it to. That being the case, let's check news. News. Empire State Manufacturing Index. That's at 8:30. GBP. Looks like smooth sailing trading day. The one orange folder says if the actual is greater than forecast, it's good to the currency, which means if this is a green number, we're going to see a spike down. If it's a red number, we'll see a spike up. That's at 8:30. We're hours away. We'll watch market before 8:30. When 8:30 rolls around, we'll check, make sure. Yeah, I think it's more realistic to bank on price going down just because there are more take profits down low. Then again, all of this right here is still like these three are good to go. Profit takers, definitely. This right here is unrealistic. This right here is unrealistic. Just because of that large of a spread when price is very easily, it could easily be said price is 100% consolidating in this right here. We got lucky on this swing right here. Yeah. Now it's an inverse fair value gap saying price is not going to continue lower. We got our sell on this candle here. Fair value gap here that was closed below, saying price was not going to continue higher. Consolidation. We have fair value gap here. Fair value gap there. Okay, so price is wanting to go higher. Because this was, oh no, I'm wrong. Inverse, because this closed below this, and then from that we have fair value gap here that's being respected. It's a tiny one, very tiny, but it's indicating to us price wants to go higher. I imagine if we swap to the NASDAQ and do the same thing with the key levels, right, we'll probably wind up with something similar with maybe two variations, and I imagine they're going to show themselves around this news candle here. And then maybe on this and this for the reaction from it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and clear that, get it out of the way. So we have just so we're on the same page, when I'm done doing this, I think I am going to stick with what I was saying last recording. I'm going to have this up and good to go. I'll take a trade on this for your visual representation on what I'm doing, right? So that way you get the picture. But I'm also going to take a trade on my phone. That way I get the best of both worlds. I'm learning two ways, not just one. Okay. We have all this, we have all this. This seems highly unlikely, this seems highly likely. But at the same time, because, again, we're in a downtrend. Right now we are. We are due to make a new high, though, considering this right here is a higher low. And we've been seeing resistance on both sides, so we might actually be seeing a new high off of this here. Let's go ahead and see what's up with this. We have an inverse fair value gap there. We do not have a fair value gap here. Now that we're looking at that, we had a fair value gap. This was inverted. That's the 5 minute. What am I doing? We discussed this on the 1 hour. Nowhere else. Fair value gap there. Inverse fair value gap. This closed below it. Fair value gap here that's been respected so far. And we have price range of here to here. So the price has got to hit either this or this. It's currently what we're looking for. Does that seem like too many to you guys? Seems like too many to me. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the bottom 4. Because I think they're wrong. I think that's overdoing it. I think that's just not fun. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I'm going to hone in on this because we have a few zones of liquidity we could take. Right here. This was all like outside of session stuff, which is where we want to be. But in reality, like, if it's not going to move that low, or I'm sorry, if we shouldn't be expecting it to move that low, then it's best not to get our hopes up. I think it's best if I did this. Let's go up to the hourly for the NASDAQ. This right here is session stuff. We don't want to go too crazy with it because price right now isn't too crazy, so we're going to do this. For funsies, we'll put 1 down here, but we are not going to expect it to hit this. We're just not going to, because there's honestly little reason why it would go down that low outside of like this fair value gap here. But even then, I don't think it'll hit that fair value gap. Gosh. We're gonna leave that alone now. Okay. So we do have a valid fair value gap right here that's being respected. This right here is on the NASDAQ. It hasn't been closed above. If it closes above it, that would validate this fair value gap here. But because this is still valid on the downside, and this right here is valid to the upside, we're looking for price to go higher first, clear this. If it doesn't close above this right here, we can expect price to go back down. If it does close above this, it'll continue higher. In which case, these highs are what we'll be after. Up, down, boom. Because this right here is representative of this. This right here swept this right here, and we counted that yesterday. I'm going to skip and gloss over the fact that this right here is out where it is, and this right here is a true high to look at when it comes to a take profit zone. I'm trying to be modest with how I do this because I don't want to sit here and like over guess stuff like this right here saying absolutely yeah, this will get hit. There's nothing telling me that right there will get hit. I'm just working off of highs and lows outside of session times. We're on the hourly for this. Again, we're looking for price to go up currently. We're looking for it to go up above this. We're looking for it to close above this line here. Let's go ahead and put down a red line so that way we know what we're looking at. It's right here. It's going to turn red. This red line is what we're looking to get closed above. If it closes above this, price is going to continue higher. If it only wicks it and continues lower after that point, we'll know that price is going to continue lower. But for it to continue lower validly, we'll need it to close below that right there. We have our red zone of this is where price is going to have fun. These are our surefire indicators. Price is going to go up or down. I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I did pretty well today and yesterday. Let's see if it's the same story over here. It should be. It is not. So I think that NASDAQ is lagging behind the S&P because, again, on the NASDAQ, we see price, we see this fair value gap here, and it wasn't closed above or below, right? And then we have a fair value gap here that currently is being respected. So if we're trading solely on the S&P, that would mean price is going to continue higher. And again, that would make sense because this right here said price is not going to go lower. So if the NASDAQ is truly lagging behind the S&P, we would need to wait. I'm going to wait patiently. Because again, the NASDAQ is usually the precursor to the S&P 500, which means whatever the NASDAQ does, the S&P is about to do. As a result, we need to be on our toes when it comes to what the NASDAQ does, so that way we know exactly what the S&P will do after NASDAQ has had its move. And they'll move at the exact same time. They just won't be in sync with each other. We could see minor differences in the... This right here is an S&P average, but you get the point. That fair value gap is the same here. It's just this one wasn't closed above, but this one was. We can represent that by looking at this right here. And then per the fair value gap over here that we wanted to happen, it's been respected. So much more narrow zone for price to travel in. And we've already wicked this. And we only have a high here. This is not a low to consider. This is a fair value gap. Nothing more. Yeah. From this, we just wait. We wait and see. Say, hey, what's up? Hello. I've been patient once. I've been patient. I can be patient again. Also, something I wanted to note. Compared to what we did here, right? My nerves were all over the place. I was very nervous that trade. This right here, I was 100% confident in we'd make this trade. I'm glad I got out when I did, because everything said price was going to go lower, and sure enough, it did. It just took a little bit, and every time price went up, 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 these 2 wicks scared me. They actively scared me just a little bit. I'm glad I had the sense to understand when that was going to happen and the patience to watch it happen. Because if this hadn't happened and we lost more, I would have been down in the dumps today. But we recovered a little bit of capital. Just a little bit. So, that being the case, we're using the same mindset here to over here. Because I don't know where price is going to go off of this. And this is even more in its back and forth mode than this right here is. I am going to do my best to identify each of the building blocks and guess right on my entry in order to get the best entry and result off a trade. Yeah. Because we are still 2 hours and 17 minutes out, I'm going to pause the video. And I'm not going to unpause until we manage to get a hold of a key level, and it'll be after this right here closes. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did the same right here. We waited for market to open before we took a trade, so that being the case, we will be right back. Comment section, we will be right back. Okay, a couple things happened. One, I played a little game to sidetrack myself for the hour and a half. Did some productive stuff, you know. So we had change in market. Boom. We inverted this fair value gap here. As a result, we created the fair value gap here. Woo. Assuming this candle closes and it leaves this gap here, we'll have a fair value gap for it to return to. Looking at the chart right now, this says price is going to continue lower, which is cool. That works. Per this same time frame on this candle here, I'm looking at the current time frame, right? I see this candle as a red, and I see price going up to here, close, and not close, but essentially going all the way down here. Currently, it's sitting on this line. For this would be going to the 5-minute because it is market open. From here, would be looking for the 5-minute break of structure, inverse fair value gap, or an S&T divergence. Not really going to concern myself with the S&T divergence at this time. I am going to look for break of structure though. So we broke structure on the 5. Not seeing an inverse fair value gap, but I am seeing a fair value gap. From there, 1 minute. From the 1 minute, we'd be looking for a break of structure back to the upside, or an inverse fair value gap, or a sign of confirmation of that continuation confluence. We had news, didn't we? We're about to have news. Yeah, 8:30. Empire State Manufacturing Index. That is in 3 minutes, 24 seconds. If this is red, price is going higher. If it's green, price is going lower. So in 3 minutes, we'll see what happens here. After news hits, we'll watch out for swings, for reactions off of stuff. So I'm looking to trade 0.25 lots. It's about $13.46 on Trade Locker. And this is with an account size of $100. So I'm looking to grow that $100 up. That's my current goal, right? TradingView is another story. It's pay-per-view, the account size of $100,000. Looking to recover the now $6,000 that we are in the red. My goal is to be profitable, and so I'm de-risking. Dang, that is fast. That would have been the break of structure on the 5-minute. That would have been the fair value gap. We actually got an inverse fair value gap on that. And then from there, yeah, that's inverse. And from there, we got another fair value gap and break of structure. Prices dropping. To reconfirm though, we're looking for an inverse for value gap on the 1 minute. Because we know price is going to go higher. This says price is going to go lower, and sure enough, it is going to go much lower. But we also want to see price come up to a level we like, so we can sell it and watch it go back down. Yep. I am going to sell on the app as well, just so we're on the same page. That is happening this time. Come in, push a little bit higher. Yeah. Okay, so price just hit our key level on this, which means you get to see exactly what I saw. Boom. From here, we're looking for a fair value gap on the, or break of structure or inverse fair value gap on the 5 minute. And right now, this is where we hit our key level. It's 1, 2. Sorry, I'm waiting on the 1 minute for this right here to occur. There it goes. That is within price range. Yeah. You'll see the mistake I made here in a second. Actually, I think that would be, we've already caught it. Down, up, break of structure. So, except we didn't break structure. No, we broke structure there. But it wasn't after we hit this. So this is within our bias. We still be waiting on the break structure here. So here's what I did. We saw price hit this. From here, we looked at our 5 minute. We had break of structure and inverse survival gap. That's what we were looking for. We considered this right here a break of structure because it closed below this low. Except that's wrong. Why? Because this right here, right? This right here is a low. This is the low. Down, up, boom, right here. This is the low, right here. Right? This would have been the break of structure. However, we're in a downtrend, so it's within structure. Make sense? And we can't count anything at before from this candle this way because it was only here that we saw that our key level got hit. So we have to wait patiently. I see where it's trying to go. Okay. So that's being set there. Which means that's a more profitable trade. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, we'll take the same trade on this, just so we're on the same page. Gotta wait for it to form, though. This means I'm gonna have to be a little bit more attentive when it comes to trading because I have one in current time and then one on a 10-second delay. Or 10-minute delay, sorry. It's gonna be a little bit more interesting to keep up with, to say the least. Because now I'm dealing with two different time frames. I could say it's a little annoying to have to do this. Just a little. What in the world? Click anything. Oh wait. Anyway. We're currently on a 5-minute for both. That was just so I could look at stuff. I took the trade off the 1 minute, off of an inverse for value gap on the 1 minute specifically. I went into a sell position too. This is me thinking price is going to go lower based off of recent trend and current trend lower. Yeah. Looks like 8:43 is coming on. Let's see what news has got to offer. Green. If actual is greater than forecast, good for currency. Price go down. Which means here soon we should be seeing. Actually, we should be seeing that right now because it's on a 10-minute delay. So 8:30 here. Boom. That says price is going to go down. We're going to pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I saw here, right? We have our leg down, boom. We're looking at this in particular. We have not a break of structure. Soon to be an inverse fair value gap on the 5-minute. From that, we wait for a price to come back down, find our fair value gap down here. We actually find ourselves a order block forming after this fair value gap. I believe yeah. So we see this third one form and understand that with it was the inverse fair value gap. And from that, we go down to, again, the 5 minute, and we look for a fair value gap, breaker block, or order block. We identify that it is, in fact, we didn't identify that it was a fair value gap, but we did identify that it was an order block. And then from that, we should be seeing a return back down. We move from the order block to the 1 minute to identify an inverse fair value gap. See, whoop. And we do identify an inverse fair value gap, enter on it, wait for the price to go lower. We're currently waiting for it to display on the trading view the fair value gap, not the fair value gap, the order block that we entered on. Your arm doesn't feel good right there. Does your arm feel good right there? It doesn't feel good to me. Well, your whole sleeve is wet. You know that? You've been playing in the sink? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Roar. La la la. La la la. Dit. Dit. This. Just don't run off the bed. It will be okay. Don't hit yourself on the headboard either. Crazy buddy. Hang on. Go ahead and pause the video. You'll see. You can see the order block forming here, though. Ooh. Looks like we got some storms on the way. See what's going on, buddy? You see what's going on? Looks a little gray, don't it? About to have a whole bunch of storms. It probably feels better outside than it does in here, to be completely honest. Here. Careful. You can touch it, but you can't go through it. Easy. Easy. Ouch. What? What? It. This. This. It. Careful. Careful. Sit. You found one of my pillows. He likes the color. What? You're okay, buddy. You're all right. You're okay. So yeah, he's okay. But yeah, you see the order block as it forms there. Eh. Eh. You're okay. Thought he was going to sleep there for a second. Go to sleep now. Okay, put him on bed. My hand is actually. What? Are you awake? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm seeing? You're awake. Are you awake? Are you awake? Crazy buddy. Anyway, going back to what we were doing a second ago. We entered on this candle here. We saw this as a continuation to invert this fair value up. Went down to the 1 minute. Boom. We identified this here. Yeah. We identified this here as the first time since 8 that price decided it was going to touch our key level. As a result, we didn't count everything before this. Instead, we looked forward. We saw that we had a leg down again into our into below our key level, and as a result, we saw this as a breaker block, or not breaker block, an order block that caused this sweep here. From this, we didn't go in on a buy position, we went on a short position because the general trend is down, right? Everything else is saying down. Right now, we are still in that downtrend. Low, higher, lower, high, like. When this right here formed, we waited for this to form up here. Right? As a result, we did not enter until that candle right there. We wanted to confirm and ensure that this, in fact, was going to get closed above, and sure enough, it did. It just didn't close there. It closed over here, which was okay with me. I mean, we still managed to get the best deal possible off of a order block, and then from that, an inverse fair value gap here. So with that being the case, and everything saying yes, we are in fact going to continue much lower, I'd say we're in all fairness ready to go for a short position. Weird. I put the stop loss like right there. Right there. Because we saw that as a sign continuation down to begin with. And then our take profit we set down here, I believe. Boom. Now we're just waiting for that price to go down. This is between our time to set stuff up too. We're good right now. There seems to be a gap on the app now. Okay. We're still set. Good to go. Currently, we're negative $5 on the trade for the app, but again, we're looking for that reversal to come back down. And we can see here that we did sweep liquidity on the high side here. We swept that, so should continue back down. It did not continue back down though. It's going all the way up here to clear this fair value gap that was left behind. I think we have our stop loss set at a reasonable stop because we have a fair value gap here that was respected and has been respected so far, right? We also have a fair value gap on a high time frame here that's been respected so far. And then, of course, our stop loss just above that fair value gap because that could be what price is going for. It's that this right here to clear, which means it'll come up above it. Probably sweep this liquidity up here. From that, push on down. Hey, it's currently 9. I've been awake for 3 hours. I still got the wake up yawns. Oof. And the good stretches. I'm gonna pause the video. I think it's okay. And I'm going to wait patiently. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait 10 minutes. I'll let this go by. 10 minutes, 10 candles. Maybe 11. So somewhere in this is where we'll start back, right? Somewhere in here. That's where we'll start. Let's go ahead and get that there. We'll go ahead and pause and come back and observe progress or digress. One of the two. BRB. Unpaused. Yeah. So I determined. Look, I've seen, I did, I showed. We had a sweep. Actually, a filling of a breaker block here. So I think price is going to continue down because we did have a breaker block right there. We actually had a breaker block, and then we had a order block. Sweep of a low, push down much further. This leg up was to fill the breaker block. Breaker block's a sign of continuation. It's going down. As long as it's not closed above. Actually, I'm sorry. Because breaker blocks are different from inverse fair value gaps, where the price, the wick, cannot be above the breaker block. So this breaker block was disrespected, which means I do believe our trade idea was wrong. That price is going to go higher because it decided to wick above this here. Then again, this could have been just to completely stop out anyone looking to take a trade off this fair value gap here. Not entirely sure. If this is a breaker block, that would suck for us because that would mean price is going to go much, much, much higher. And our trade idea is wrong. We're taking a short on a downtrend. Let's see what the hourly's doing right now. Oof. I should have seen that. That hurts to look at. However, for the daily. Oh no, no. We're in reversal. Dang. It hasn't made a new low yet. We haven't closed above this high. So right now it's in consolidation mode. We're trading within trend. The ups and downs within a day. What do I think is going to happen? I think my trade idea is wrong. I think it is. Yes. Looks like we might actually get stopped out. Oh, I think we were stopped out. Yep. I think we got stopped down. Big ouch. Sadness. So we got stopped out this trade. Do I want to try and find another one? No. No, not really. Today was an optimal day to trade, but it's not looking like we had the right decision in mind. I should have been ready to go. Why is there so much stuff on this camera? I know I'm not the one. Good, great. That is terrible. I'm gonna get an alcohol wipe and clean that. But today is like it was a great day to trade. We lost. We got stopped out. I blame myself primarily because I was the one at the computer doing stuff and at the phone doing stuff. I also blame myself because I feel like I am working on half a brain. I stood up too late last night, and as a result, I'm just that exhausted, that tired. I should have known better than to do that. I did it anyway. I'll be doing a little bit better from here on. Um, hmm. It's currently 9:30 a.m. If I were to find another one, I'd say for the key level that was just hit on the high side. Then move down to 5. I'd be looking for inverse for value gap, break of structure. Like, are we gonna enter? No, no, we're not. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm too tired to enjoy it. That's just me. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's going to have a break of structure anytime soon or an inverse for value gap for us to use. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new on the comeback, and I guess that's asking too much. Hope you guys have a nice day. See y'all later.